Hello, everyone. Today we're going to read you a story called Earth's Incredible Oceans, written by Jess French. And this book is going to split into two parts this time. So let's get started.
Earth's Incredible Oceans.
Wow, look at all of these contents.
Yeah, it's a big book. What is an ocean? The Earth is covered in so much water that from space our planet looks blue. This water is called the ocean. It covers most of the Earth's surface and is crucial to life as we know it. The ocean is so vast and deep that large areas of it are still unexplored. Unlike the waters in rivers and lakes, ocean water is salty. Ocean water is constantly moving. It can be blown by the wind, pulled by the gravity of the moon, or pushed around by earthquakes. Read on to learn more about Earth's incredible oceans. Oceans and seas. The ocean is one big area of water, but we split it into 5 basins: Arctic, Atlantic, Indian, Pacific, and Southern. These basins were formed millions of years ago. They are all connected. Seas are smaller than oceans. They are usually on the edge of land and are often partly enclosed by it. The ocean covers 71% of the planet and holds 97% of its water. When water moves constantly in one direction, we call it a current. The Great Ocean Conveyor Belt is one of the longest currents in the world. It takes a molecule of water about 1,000 years to travel the length of it. The ocean in motion. Ocean water is always moving, but how it moves depends on many things, including wind, speed, and direction, water temperature and depth, and even the actions of the moon. Cold water goes down. Water that is cold and salty is heavy, so it sinks. Warm water, less salty water, moves up to the surface. Ocean currents. In the upper layers of water, currents are created by the wind. In deeper water, currents are driven by the temperature of the water and how salty it is. Water is coldest at the north and south poles. Waves. Big waves. When wind blows over the surface of water, waves form. Sometimes, when the conditions are right, giant waves are created. Tsunamis. When something like an earthquake moves a large volume of water, a tsunami is created. Tsunamis are huge waves that can travel very quickly and do a lot of damage on land. Danger waves. Fast-moving waves spread out from the earthquake site. Tall wave. Tsunamis become higher as they reach shallow waters near the shore. Tides. Just like the earth, the moon and the sun have gravity, which pull things towards them. When their gravity pulls on our oceans, it changes the sea level, creating tides. High tide and low tide. Up and down. Tides change in a regular pattern, so we could predict when they will happen. The ocean floor. The bottom of the ocean is one of the most mysterious places on the planet. In fact, scientists know more about the surface of the moon than the ocean floor. It has yet been fully explored, but scientists have identified some of its key features. Ocean floor resources. Many of the things found on or below the ocean floor are useful to people. However, extracting them can be very difficult, especially if they lie in the deeper part of the ocean. The deepest oceanic trench is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. The world's highest mountain, Mount Everest, could fit inside it with room to spare. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Sunlight zone. It is warm and sunny here with lots of plants. The temperature and light changes depending on the time and seasons. Twilight zone. Only a tiny amount of light reaches this far. The animals that live here have huge eyes to find their way in the gloom. Midnight zone. No sunlight reaches this zone. It's totally dark, except for glowing light from many of the sea creatures. Without the heat of the sun, the temperature here is cold and unchanging. Animals here must be adapted to life in the cold and dark. The abyssal zone. Very little can survive in the crushing cold water of the abyss. The few animals that do live here feed mainly on dead plants and animals that fall from above. The water here is pitch black and nearly freezing. The Hadal Trench Zone. Deep at the bottom of the ocean, dark and mysterious trenches are home to a few extraordinary creatures. We know very little about life down here, as the trenches are difficult to explore. Layers of life. The ocean is enormous. It covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. It also stretches down thousands of feet to the sea floor. Below the surface, the ocean is split into 5 different zones. More people have been to the moon than have explored the deepest trenches of the ocean. Wow.
Yeah.
Ancient oceans. Billions of years ago, life appeared in the ocean. Conditions were very different from now. At first, only tiny creatures existed. Since then, many incredible animals have come and gone, leaving clues about their lives buried in the sand. Invertebrates. Ocean invertebrates were the first animals. Armored trilobites filled the seas for millions of years. Fish. Fish have existed for over 500 million years. The megalodon had jaws and teeth, but the first fish had no jaws or bones. Reptiles. 200 million years ago, the seas were ruled by huge reptiles with long necks and paddle-shaped feet. Whales. Whales evolved from 4-legged land animals. Over time, they lost their legs and their arms turned to flippers. Okay. Some animals today are almost exactly the same as those that lived millions of years ago. So some change and some don't. Exploring the ocean. Unlike fish, humans cannot breathe underwater. We need special equipment to help us investigate the ocean. However, the ocean is vast and some areas are difficult to reach. So even with all this technology, there are still large areas we have yet to explore. Now we have robot explorers.
Yes.
And there's something called sonar, which helps us send a pulse down to see what's under there.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Submersibles?
Yep.
Okay. Dolphins also use sonar to find things underwater. Oh, look at that polar bear.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to meet one, but he sure is cute. Earth's oceans are home to millions of different types of animals and plants. They must be specially adapted for a life below the waves. Ocean animals come in all shapes and sizes, from the tiniest plankton to the most enormous blue whale. Each creature has a job to do in ocean life and relies on other animals to survive. Let's dive in and meet some of the fascinating animals that live in our oceans. You know what that is.
Jellyfish.
Yeah, and how do you know that?
Oh, remember.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, and Squidward, Patrick, and SpongeBob are allergic to jellyfish.
They're allergic, yeah. Jellyfish sting, like
Yeah.
bees. Yeah, it
Jellyfish
hurts.
are devil bees.
Yeah. Invertebrates. Invertebrates are animals without internal skeletons. They eat bacteria and algae and are eaten by many larger ocean creatures. That's the one Poppy always hated. It's called a Portuguese man-o-war.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the kind that we normally see, the box jellyfish.
Yeah.
And you know what that is?
A crab.
Yes. Do you know what that is?
Blue spiny lobster.
Yeah. I think that looks more like the kind of lobster we normally eat.
Yeah.
Mommy loves lobster. Okay, 2 more pages, okay?
Okay, and then we'll do part 2 after lunch.
Okay. Jellyfish. Jellyfish have lived in our oceans for millions of years. They are invertebrates, which means they have no bones in their bodies. These wobbling wonders are known for their stinging tentacles. Some have stings that are powerful enough to kill humans. Simple bodies. Jellyfish have basic bodies with only a few parts. They are not good swimmers and mostly use water currents to get around. So they just kind of float around. They
Yes.
don't have arms or fins to swim.
Yes.
Moon jellyfish can get younger as well as older. Glowing jellies. Some jellyfish make their own light. They appear to glow in the dark. This is called bioluminescence. A big group of jellyfish is called a bloom. Blooms can contain thousands of jellies. Octopuses. That looks like Squidward.
Yes. but it's 2 different blue characters. Oswald from Nick Jr. and
That's right.
Squidward from SpongeBob
I
SquarePants
forgot.
on Nickelodeon.
I forgot Oswald. He's an octopus. That's right. So far, we know of around 300 types of octopuses. These incredible animals have a wide range of skills, including finding tools, copying other animals, and using ink for defense. They have amazing bodies. Octopuses have 8 flexible arms, which are covered in soft suckers. They use their arms to swim, walk along the seafloor, and collect food. The world's largest octopus is the giant Pacific octopus. It is as long as a giraffe. Oh my goodness. Wow. Octopuses can move quickly through water by squirting out water at high speeds. This is called jet propulsion. When they feel threatened, octopuses can release a cloud of ink. This distracts predators, giving the octopus a chance to escape. Okay, I think we'll pick up here later.
Okay, so stay tuned for part 2 and please subscribe.